Hi you guys, this is part 2 of working through page 248 together using the 10 on top method. So let's just go ahead and get started actually. Let's begin with number 10. So let's go ahead and look at number 10. Let me make sure you can see it. So number 10 was adding 56 plus 13. I switched to a red marker so that you can see better. So 56 is 5 tens and 6 ones. And 13 is 1 10 and 3 ones. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use this blue piece of paper. Let's go ahead and start just learning to look at the numbers in the ones place. If I show you my paper, in the ones place, I have 6 ones plus 3 ones. Those are my circles or my dots, 6 plus 3. So if I don't know what 6 plus 3 is, I count up from the bigger number. So 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 ones, and 9, the number 9 doesn't have a 10 in it, so I just put the 9 ones in my ones place. And then I look at my tens, and my 10 says 5 plus 1. And if I look at my picture, I see that 5 tens plus 1 more. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the answer to 56 plus 13 equals 69. And again, if that is confusing or you want to double check your work, then just count your picture. So I'm going to start with 50 because I already know 5 tens is 50. 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, and that's the answer. Let's go on to the next one. 47 plus 30. Ooh, so here's the deal. This is one where I have the number 47 and I'm only adding 10 sticks because 30 is just 3 tenths, right? So the easiest method for doing this would just be to count up 3 10 sticks, changing your number in the tens place as you count up. So I could do it that way. 3 tens would be 10, 20, 30. So if I count up 3 times from 47, which we would have done in class, we can go 47, 57, 67, 77. And the answer would be 77. And that is by far the easiest way to figure out an equation where you are only adding 10 sticks. But if you have a hard time counting up, changing the number in the tens by adding 10 each time, then draw the sticks in circles. 47 is 4 tens and 7 ones, and 30 is 3 tens. So always starting to add the numbers in my ones place, I have 7 ones plus 0 ones. That is 7. In the tens place, I have 4 tens right here plus 3 tens. 4, 5, 6, 7. And you see the answer is 77. 47 plus 30 equals 77. But to be honest, the easiest method for that would be counting up 47, 57, 67, 77, counting up by tens. That would be what Mrs. Lloyd would do, but if not, draw your sticks in circles, look at your ones, and then look at your tens. Let's look up number 12. There's an easy method. There's a couple different methods you can do with number 12. We're going to draw our sticks in circles, but look, I am adding 48 plus 5. 5 is such a tiny number that if I just wanted to put 48 in my head and count up 5 ones, I could do that. I could go 48, I put it in my head. Let's do it here so you can see. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. And that's the answer. And whenever you're adding, you might have a really big 2-digit number, but if you're adding a tiny little number that's less than 10, you do have the option of just counting it up. But let's say you want to draw your sticks and circles because we've been doing that. So let's draw 48. 48 is 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8 ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5 is just 5 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm doing it the 10 on top method, then I would cover up my tens and I would see I have 8 plus 5. So 8 plus 5. So I'm going to put 8 in my head and count up, and I'm going to circle when I get a new group of 10. So 8, 9, 10. I only have to take 2 to make that a new group of 10. 11, 12, 13. So the ones, 8 plus 5 adds up to 13. I have to split that apart when I write the answer. So I write the 3 from the 3 extra ones below the 5. And the 10 group, the 1, 10, and 13, I put on top. Now I'm adding 4 plus nothing. There's no extra 10s down there. 4 is 4, plus 1 more 10 is 5. So the answer to 48 plus 5 is 53. And again, you could have gotten that from doing 10 on top method, drawing your sticks and circles, or like Mrs. Lloyd said, put the bigger partner 48 in your head and count up 5. We can only do that when we're adding up such a small number. So if we have a big number but we're adding any number smaller than 10, like 9, 8, or 7, we can count up as long as we're careful. 5 is a great number to count up with. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one. 82 plus 14. Let's see, 82 is 8 tens, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 2 ones. I'm gonna put them down low there. And then 14 is 1 10 plus 4 ones. So let's go ahead and let's look at the number in the ones place. I have 2 ones plus 4 ones. 2 plus 4. So I'm just going to start with the bigger number 4 and count up. 4, 5, 6. Oop, just have 6. I don't have a T number, so I just write the 6 down here in the ones place. Now I'm adding up my tens. In my tens place of the equation, I see 8 plus 1. And that's what my picture shows, 8 plus 1. I don't have any new groups of 10 to worry about, so I'm just adding 8 plus 1, which is 9. So 82 plus 14 equals 96. Now I'm going on to 17 plus 2. Now let's look at this. 17 plus 2. This is a bigger number, it's a T number, but we're only adding 2. 2 is such a tiny number. What do you think is going to be the best method for adding that number? If you said counting up, you would be right. It's definitely easier just to count that up. So how do we count up 17 plus 2? We put 17 in our head, 17, and we count up 2 fingers. 17, 18, 19. Done. When you're adding a number that's tiny like that, just count up. Remember, there's all these different strategies and methods for adding. So you don't always have to do one method. For something that's easier, just to do something like counting up. So 17 plus 2 equals 19. And I'm going to put my 1 and my 9. Just like that. I'm not even going to draw my circles for that, because it's just too easy to write 19 by counting up when you only have 2. Okay, let's go on down to, let me fix my camera here. Okay, let's go on down to this one. It says write the vertical form, then add. Vertical form means writing an equation from top to bottom. So number 15 They want us to add 65 plus 8. Now, the most important thing that you need to remember to do is line up your tens and ones, especially when you're just adding a one-digit number. So here's my number 65. 8 needs to be right under the 5 because that's 5 ones. So 8 has to be in my ones place, and that is the most important thing. Woo, I made that too big, but now you can see it really nicely. So 8 is kind of big. We could count up 8 times. We could put 65 in our head and count up 8 times. But because 8 is kind of a big number, let's go ahead and let's just draw the sticks and circles. So 65 is 6 tens and 5 ones. And then 8 is just 8 ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this. We're adding 5 plus 8. Now I could go 8 here, 9, 10, and see the 3 extra ones, which makes 13, because 5 plus 8 or 8 plus 5 equals 13. Or I could see these 2 5s right here that make a perfect 10. So let's just go ahead and circle those. That's why we make them neat in 5 groups, because they make a perfect 10. And then I see I have 10 and 3 extra ones with my ones place. So I have 13. 10 and 3 makes 13. So I count right here, because this is 2 digits. Whenever we have a number bigger than 9, we have to split it apart. So I put my 3 extra ones in my ones place. Oh, I have to squeeze it now. And my 1 10 on top. So now I'm adding my tens. I have 6. I didn't have any down here, so I'm just going to add this new group. 6 plus 1 equals 7. So 65 plus 8 equals 73. Be really careful when you're writing this that the 8 goes in the ones place, because you're not adding 65 plus 80. So that's how it looks right there. 73 is the answer. All right, let's go on to this one. They're trying to trick you because they're giving you a one-digit number, 6 plus 73. You have to be so careful to write this in the right spot, right? So careful. So let's rewrite 6 plus 73. Now, you could just write 73 on top and put 6 below, so it looks like this one, right? But let's practice, what if for some reason someone gave us an equation where 6 was on top, even though it's a smaller number? Let's write it that way. I'm going to write it over to the side. So 6 plus 73. Now, when you write 73, you need to make sure the 7 is over on the left, because the 3 ones needs to be lined up under the 6 ones. Because remember, 6 is just ones. That there are no tens there, so I need to leave a space here, and then when I write 73, I need to put 7 over in that tens place and the 3 ones right under the 6. Let's go ahead and draw our sticks and circles. So 6 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 73, which is 7 tens, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 ones. All right, let's go ahead and add our numbers in the ones place. We have 6 plus 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I just have 9 ones. 6 plus 3 is 9. So you just write the number 9 here. And then 0 tens plus 7 is just 7. The answer is 79. 6 plus 73 equals 79. Now, if you wanted to count this up, you could. If you're adding 6, just tiny 6 little ones to the number 73, you could count that up. You would put the bigger number, the bigger partner in your head, which is 73. So it would look like this. 73 in my head. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. and that's how you would get 79. You can always do that. When you're adding those really small numbers to a big 2-digit number, you can put the big number in your head and count up the smaller number. But we would never do that if we were adding like 56 plus 13. We wouldn't count up 13 because we don't have 13 fingers. We would only count up the fingers we have. If it's bigger than that, it's better to use a different method. Otherwise, we might make mistakes. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you do 17 and 18 by yourself. Make sure that you write it from top to bottom and then figure out the method using the 10 on top. And that is our practice for Thursday. Have a great day. Bye.